The important decision that I make every single day, what mug am I going to have my morning coffee from? This isn't all of my current coffee mugs, some of them are in the dishwasher, but I'm thinking I might actually move this mug cupboard to the one in the corner because there's more space in there and I might be able to like have them on display a little bit better rather than them all kind of being piled on top of each other. But back to the important decision, what one am I going to choose today? I haven't actually used this one yet, so let's go for this one. Fun fact, this is actually one of my first hot coffees I've had in the house in a while. I have been having more iced coffees at home recently, but I feel like a day like today definitely requires a hot, cosy coffee to start the day. And if you're wondering what I mean by a day like today, if you can't already hear the crazy wind and rain outside, which I'm sure you probably could hear it when I was making my coffee there, but you can't even really see the trees out there, but they are moving like mad. It's so rainy, it's miserable. Let me actually open up the other blind and we'll see if we can see the weather a bit better. You might be able to see the weather a little bit better here. Hopefully you can hear it. It is absolutely howling outside. It is definitely a day for staying cozy and being in the house. I mean, it looks absolutely miserable right now, but this is a little sneak peek at our garden area. So we've got these like big French doors that come off of the sunroom, and then this whole bit here is a big patio area. It feels kind of funny to be talking about this right now, but I'm honestly so excited to go and look at garden furniture soon and hopefully have a nice little seating area here for the summer. Oh look, you can really see the weather now. Like I said, it's really ironic I'm talking about gorgeous summer days when the weather currently looks like this outside. Let's just put that blind down to block out the crazy weather. This pyjama drawer brings me so much joy every time I open it. I always make a point of making sure when I put my pyjamas away that I roll them and then I try to like colour coordinate them as much as possible, as sad as that is. But then every time I go to choose my pyjamas out, it's just really nice and organised. I think I'm going to go for these ones. Changed out of my pyjamas, had a shower, and then have just hopped straight back into pyjamas because it is definitely a day to be cosy at home. I'm hoping you'll be able to hear me because I am sitting at the window, and if you're in Scotland then you'll know that we've had some crazy weather this Friday. It won't obviously be Friday when you're watching this. I think everybody kind of just never knows what to expect when you get obviously the red weather warnings and stuff. Usually it doesn't end up being as bad sometimes as we expect, but it definitely is really quite crazy out there. So I'm hoping that everyone who can is staying home, staying out of that awful weather. I think a lot of places have closed as well. I didn't actually really realise, to be honest, how bad it was going to be today and how many places would have been closed. It was only this morning that I kind of realised I didn't have my yoghurt for my breakfast, but we've got dinner and all that kind of stuff, and the only thing we don't have is any chocolate or sweet treats for watching our film later tonight. We usually go out like at night time to get it. That is totally first world problems. Because of the weather this morning, my gym class was cancelled. I did actually have a class on earlier, which is like the 6 o'clock class. I go to the one at 7 o'clock, and she said like everyone could come to that, but I just kind of took it as a sign just to not go. I've been quite tired this week anyway, so I thought, you know what, I'll just give my Friday class a miss. I'm absolutely loving going to the gym though, so I did actually miss going this morning. It's definitely a day to stay inside. I totally understand why she cancelled the class. I might actually go to one over the weekend now instead, just so that I can get my 3 done. But if I can't get them done, that's fine. Like, it's quite funny that I'm actually like wanting to go because it just shows how much I'm actually enjoying my classes, which is good. But like I said, I wasn't up this morning early for my class. I had a wee bit of a lie-in, and then when I did get up, I've just had a bit of a slow morning, made myself my coffee, did a little bit of work on the laptop. I've been showered now, and as you can see, just hopped into other pyjamas because I just think it's a day to be cozy and comfy. I did actually have some campaigns to film today, but because the weather is so loud and a lot of my work is obviously like video based, when I was filming downstairs it was causing quite a lot of noise, so I just thought, you know what, we can pick this back up on Monday. And instead I thought I would do a little spend a day with me vlog, because a lot of my vlogs are usually, well, not even a lot, most of my vlogs are weekly vlogs. I don't really ever just do like spend a day with me. Plan for the rest of today is literally just to do some things around the house. I'm going to do some cleaning, some sorting. There's some things to do in the main bathroom. We're hopefully going to paint that this weekend. That is if I can go get the paint, because my plan originally for today was actually to head out this afternoon and do some things, and then obviously those plans get changed when we got the red weather warning, so I don't actually have the paint for the bathroom yet. I've changed my mind a couple of times about the paint, but I won't tell you about that now. We can go into the bathroom and we'll look at that in a little bit. I thought we could just spend the day together. I thought I would sit down and put a little bit of skincare and makeup on with you, kind of go over some of my favourite bits I've been using recently. I'm also going to do a little Q&A later on in this vlog. I'll sit down this afternoon, so I thought put on some makeup so I'm not looking like Scary Mary for you guys to sit and look at. So I popped up a little question box on my stories and you guys have been asking away already, so we'll do that a bit later on, but for now I'm going to just do a little bit of makeup and yeah, tell you about some of the things that I've been loving recently. I did my sock curls again last night and honestly they are just such a game changer. I like to kind of curl my hair first. I think I have mentioned this. I like to curl my hair first, and then once I've given myself the kind of like bouncy blow dry curls, whatever style I've decided to go for, I then sleep with sock curls in after that, and it just kind of holds the curl and makes your everyday life so much easier. This side hasn't worked out as well today, but I'm staying home so it doesn't really matter. I'll probably put my sock curls in again tonight, so I'll show you that when I do it. Let's get this headband on. Does anybody else not love these headbands? Like, I'm gonna say it, these headbands give me like a bit of an ick. When I look at myself with it on, I'm like, These Elemis resurfacing pads have been such a staple for me for a really long time now. I just feel like they really like clean my skin, and obviously I like to wear fake tan serums and stuff on my skin, and obviously that can kind of like clog your pores a bit. I just feel like they make my skin feel really nice and clean. I actually got a couple of days ago now to get my skin treatment top-ups with the lovely Zara. I'll pop her aesthetics page up here. Her clinic is absolutely gorgeous. Like every time I go in there I'm getting interior and decor inspo. It's such a beautiful space that she's created. I met Zara just towards the end of last year, and I went in with kind of concerns about my rosacea, which actually is looking quite good today. I think I've mentioned this in the vlogs. I'm not too sure if I have mentioned this before, but basically I struggle with rosacea, and I've noticed in probably the last year that it's kind of getting progressively worse. My nose, you might notice my nose is quite red sometimes. I don't really have like blemishes or spots or acne issues. I do actually have a few little bits on my face just now, but that is because of the treatments I had the other day. I don't really tend to struggle with skin texture or acne, but I do really struggle with redness. I remember being at school and like I would go beetroot if I got embarrassed, like, and when I would work out and stuff my faces always went like super red. When I come out the shower I've always got like rosy cheeks and stuff, but I've definitely noticed a kind of bit of a difference in the last few years. So if you've never had rosacea you won't really know what I mean, because I think a lot of people just think your face goes really red, but it's like little patches. So I'm doing it here because I tend to actually get it more on here. I'm not even sure if it will come through. Like this side kind of gets it as well, but this one I would say is definitely the side that goes more red. It can be kind of triggered by certain alcohols, different foods, weather, like changing weather. I always have like a kind of red face when I go out a walk, and then when I come in. Mine's is also kind of triggered by like heating, like central heating. If I've not got makeup on you would notice like I said, certain patches going a bit more red, which the redness to be honest doesn't really bother me. It's more around my nose. I've been getting quite a lot of like little blemishes, so I really want to kind of do as much as I can to try and fix it as much as possible. And when I went for my consultation with Sarah, she told me that Neofound is one of the best things you can do for rosacea. So I had my first treatment with her, I think it was the end of November, start of December, and then I went in for my Neofound top up the other day. I would actually say that this is my skin looking a little bit better. It's not been as red. She did say that you need quite a few rounds to really notice a difference, so for this being the second round I'm actually quite happy. I've been religiously putting this on before I go to the gym because obviously I'm up early and I do kind of suffer with puffy under eyes, especially in the morning. I've been wearing contact lenses and stuff as well recently, which that can kind of like cause under eye puffiness. So I would actually usually use this, but I did receive a package yesterday from Dr. Jar, this one here, and it is eye cream, so I thought I could try this out today. Sorry, but that little pot is absolutely adorable. I've never actually tried anything from Dr. Jart before, so this is like a total first impression of the brand as well. That is the eye cream there. It doesn't have like too much of a scent, which sometimes I quite like. I love obviously a product that smells nice, but I do have quite sensitive skin, so I do actually kind of like when something isn't overly scented. Eye cream has been shown to increase collagen levels in the skin to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. I'm all for that. I'll keep using that and I'll let you know how I get on, but it went on lovely and it actually feels really nice under my eyes as well. I'm just going to do like really light makeup today, like no foundation makeup, and I obviously showed you guys this in last week's vlog. It is the Refy concealer and it is getting rave reviews from me so far. It's very velvety and a little goes a really long way. I love this colour as well. I probably could be doing with a bit of a darker shade for like covering blemishes and like redness and stuff, but under eyes this is the perfect colour for me, and it blends out really nice as well. I do apologise if you can hear that crazy wind out there. Like I said, I am sitting quite close to the window. There's also a tree right outside of our house and it has been moving like crazy. There's also one on the other side over there which is sitting rather close to my car, so I really hope that it's going to stay put. Chris keeps watching it from the window and it's looking okay so far. Got this bronzer from Vive at Christmas time and I am so obsessed. It literally melts into the skin, blends out so well. I'm obviously living out of makeup bags at the moment and I love to have like makeup drawers and then maybe like a makeup bag of like my favourite bits, but all of my makeup is in makeup bags because obviously I don't have a dressing room just yet, so everything's kind of in these IKEA drawers at the back, which you can see are kind of falling apart. I've definitely probably had things in them that have been too heavy, but yeah, and I did build them myself, so they probably weren't built the most stable to begin with. Rather than having like all of my makeup like all in little organisers and stuff, I've just kind of got everything in makeup bags, which means that I basically can't find all of my things. And one thing I can't seem to find is a sharpener. So all of my lip liners have kind of now went blunt. I might make that a little task I do today, to go upstairs and find one of my lip sharpeners. This is one of my favourite lip liners. It is from NYX and it's in the shade brown. The other one that I wear all the time and has been a favourite for so many years, and I was actually topping myself up when we were in Florida, and that's how I stumbled across this one, is the shade Nude Truffle, which, fun fact, apparently Hailey Bieber really likes to use that as well, and then it's now sold out everywhere because she posted that that was like the lip colour she was using. So hopefully I'm looking a little bit less scary than I did when I first came on the vlog earlier. Okay, a couple hours have passed since we last spoke. I have been tidying up in the main bathroom. This bathroom, you should have literally seen it a few hours ago. There was silicone all over the floor and the floor was all covered in white dust that had obviously come from when the ceiling was getting sanded. But this is the current bathroom situ. So we did obviously have a bath panel before. I did mention in my last vlog that we've taken off the bath panel because it was slightly kind of yellow and discoloured in comparison to the actual bath. So we've got a fresh new bath panel here that's sitting ready to get put on hopefully this weekend. We're also going to be changing the bath tap situation as well. I'll probably just keep the tap that's on the wall, but I think you can obviously see that we've got a shower head and right now it's just kind of wrapped round, and ideally I prefer that to have a little kind of hook at the side and then also go for one of the kind of rectangular hoses, so I need to source one of them still. This main bathroom is such a good size. We've got a shower here and then over here you've got like a little vanity station. I actually got this and put it up when we first moved in. I have actually filled it already with bits and bobs, but I'm having to take everything back out because this is coming off the wall so we can paint this weekend. This is what I've meant when I said that we've been filling in lots of holes, and when I say we, I mean my dad. So you can see there's been a lot of prep work done in here. I have also spent the last week taking all of the silicone off around this bath. It was just really messy, like it'd been filled in really badly and it was really thick silicone. That's probably me being a little bit pernickety, but I just want everything to have a really nice finish, so we decided to just fix the silicone and my dad's going to reseal that at the weekend as well. Then we come to the paint samples. So I've actually just painted on another coat of Cancun over the top of the first layer that I'd done because I think it might need more than one layer for it to be the colour that I want. I've seen this paint in so many people's houses and I think it's absolutely gorgeous, but when I painted it on in here last week I just wasn't convinced that it was the colour that I was looking for, but I keep seeing pictures of it and I absolutely love the colour, so I actually just think it needs more than one coat. I've been putting paint samples in different positions of the bathroom as well just to kind of get a different idea of like what it'll look like in different lights. So I popped some on here and then I also popped the samples over here. It's just so I could see what they look like against this like taupe vanity unit that we've got. That is the current bathroom situation. I'm hoping by next week, fingers crossed, that everything's going to be finished. I'm getting a towel radiator put on the wall tomorrow as well. That's going behind me, and then hopefully we're going to paint. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get out tomorrow morning to pick up the paint, and I think I'm just going to go for the shade Cancun because like I said, I've seen it in so many other houses and I love how it looks on the walls, so fingers crossed it looks the way I want it to look. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a little before of the bathroom, and hopefully this time next week I'll be able to give you an after. I was literally just walking out of this room and I realised that I didn't show you one of the main changes in here. We've had all of these downlighters put in. My lovely dad did this for us. He's honestly done so many lights everywhere in the house, and lighting can literally change a house so much. Like this room only had one light hanging and it was like the light that the builder had originally put in, so it just wasn't the best quality, and now this bathroom is literally lit up like Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I just feel like the spotlights make this room look so much more expensive and classy and a bit more modern as well, and I just feel like once we've got the walls a different colour, it's a bit warmer in here, and then I've got all of my little kind of trinkety bits sitting out a nice little bath tray, and then I've got this really gorgeous stool to sit here as well. It's just going to look so gorgeous, and I cannot wait to see it all come together. So I hope you enjoyed that little bathroom update, and like I said, hopefully I'll be able to show you the finished result in next week's vlog. I thought whilst I was giving you some updates to the bathroom, I would give you some updates of the soon-to-be dressing room as well. So I am standing in like the back corner of this dressing room. You can see obviously the walls just now are like a sage green, and then we've obviously got wardrobes here. These wardrobes currently house my winter coats. I've also got some shoes in there, and then Chrissy's shoes are in here as well. So it's been so great that we've actually had these fitted wardrobes to be able to put things away when we obviously first moved in. That being said, these wardrobes are actually going to be getting taken out, and I am going to be going for the IKEA pack system. So we've basically mapped out and measured where everything was going in this room so that my dad could go ahead and put in some lights for me. So these lights basically are in the centre of the room. Like obviously once the units are put in, these will be kind of like mainly in the centre. He's also actually put these on a dimmer for me as well, which is so fab. It means I can have them like up or down, and then obviously I think I'm going to go for some lighting in the IKEA pack system as well. So I just think this room is going to look so luxe, and I'm honestly just so excited about it. The plan for in here, like I said, is to take these wardrobes away, but we don't want to take these wardrobes away until we have done the attic space. The wood for the attic space was supposed to be arriving this weekend, but because of the storms, it's looking like it's not going to be until next week. So yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It just means like we're going to be waiting a wee bit longer to kind of change things around, because before we kind of get stuck into this room, I'm going to do the attic first so that we just kind of cannot have too much mess and chaos at once. This is what I mean about these lights being on a dimmer. Like you can literally turn them down. I need to obviously get like a blind and everything for in here as well. And then here I'm thinking like some sort of big mirror I'm going to put on the wall. So yeah, I'm just so excited for this space to come together. The other section that now has some downlighters put in and the lighting is so much better is this little upstairs landing. So we went for 3 downlighters running across here. We discussed putting in some sort of kind of desk area here. I would really love to do some sort of window seat. That's the idea I have so far. And then maybe like a big mirror on the wall, a lamp, and then here some sort of nice desk. Again, we don't really know when we're going to do this, but it's just kind of throwing ideas out there. You know how I was saying earlier, the one thing that I really wanted today was some chocolate, and I never had any. Well, my lovely dad phoned me and said, go out into your back garden. Basically there's a tree that's fallen down just outside our house, so you can't really get in or out. He threw this over the fence for me, and now I have some chocolate to sit and watch our film tonight. I feel like I should be sitting with like a cocktail or a beverage or something for this cosy Friday night chat, but my water bottle that's got these gorgeous bows on it, it's just going to have to do. I do also have some Cadbury's chocolate lined up to have after this, which is my idea of a perfect Friday night in. So I thought I would sit down now and answer the questions that you guys have put in on the question box. So I put this up quite a few hours ago, and there is quite a few of them. One of the first questions here is asking me to link the straws that I've got, the glass straws that have got the little bows on them. And what I've done, guys, is I've created a link tree, and in that link tree you'll be able to find the links to pretty much anything that I have posted and that I can find links for. If there isn't a link, it's because I've got it in store and I can't find it online, but the bow straws are linked in that, and I'm going to put my link tree link in the description box below, and I'll also just link some things that are in the video as well, just so you don't have to go in the link tree and then go all the way through. But from now on, if there's anything that you've seen on my Instagram or my TikTok or on here and you're wondering where it's from, if you go on my link tree, then it should be linked. Like I said, the only reason it won't be is if it has been bought in a shop, because yeah, my DMs have been wild the last like couple of weeks, just with basically you guys all loving the same stuff that I love, mainly like mugs and plates and bowls, which I'm absolutely loving that we're all forming a bond over the same things. And yeah, it makes me feel less bad about buying so many plates, bowls and mugs. But yeah, all links will be in my link tree from now on. So yeah, now that I've got that little question out of the way, let's get on to some of the rest of them. One of the first ones here is, what was your first job? Which I don't know if I've ever actually answered this. So I have been online now, if you want to call it. How many years is that now? I've just counted that up there, and I have been doing like Instagram and social media for around about 8 years now, which is absolutely crazy to me. I feel like I started this when it wasn't really a career as such. I mean, I remember when I started doing content creation, and like now I can say content creation, but at the time I used to be like, when anyone asked what my job was, I was like Instagram, and it always just kind of felt I don't know, there was always a bit of me that almost felt like a bit embarrassed to say like that was my job. But before I started doing this full time, I had actually went to uni. I got a degree in multimedia journalism, and when I finished I started working at a fashion brand, a well-known fashion brand actually. It's become like a really, really big brand, but when I started working there was only 5 of us in the office, and I was like a young girl and it was a fashion brand. It was kind of like every young girl's dream to like kind of go and work in fashion. I didn't really have like a set job role there. I kind of did a bit of everything. That was my first proper adult job, but my first ever job like that I got when I was younger was actually being a Disney princess at kids parties, which by the way was the best job ever. Like I absolutely loved doing that job so much. Like it never actually felt like work. It was mostly a weekend job, so most weekends I would be dressed up as whatever princess was required that weekend. So a lot of the time it was Elsa, like Frozen had just come out at the time, so I was dressed up as Elsa quite a lot. Other times it was like Cinderella, Belle, I did Ariel, and then there was a few like kind of random characters that came out that kids were absolutely loving. And yeah, we would then go to the birthday parties. Sometimes it was just like a visit, so you would go in like with the birthday cake and it was just like a kind of 20-minute 30-minute visit, and then other times it was like a full party you were doing, which I loved doing the full parties. It was like you did the full setup, so we did like all the table decorations, and then like I said we kind of took the full party, so it was like all the party games, birthday cake, and like lots of pictures, and like just the kids absolutely loved it. So yeah, that was like my first proper job. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a really good first job. Next question, do we have any holidays planned for this year? So we don't have anything booked as of yet. I feel like it gets to January and then everyone just kind of starts thinking about holidays, don't they? Like counting down the minutes, the months to summertime. Ideally, I'd love to get back out to Florida at some point this year. I was lucky enough last year that I got to go not once but twice. The second time was very last minute, and honestly I just had the best time. Like it's just my favourite place. I just have the loveliest time when I'm there. It's a home away from home for us, and yeah, I just feel like really lucky, grateful, and yeah, just the best vibes when we're there. So hopefully we'll maybe be able to go there at some point. And as for any other holidays, we don't really have any other kind of destinations or that on our list right now. I think, to be honest, 2025 for us is going to be all about doing our house and yeah, spending a lot of time and money here. That actually leads me nicely on to this question. Somebody has asked, are we heading back to Florida soon, and do we ever visit the theme parks when we're there? So like I just said, I'm hoping that we will get to go at some point this year. And do we ever visit the theme parks when we go? So for those that don't know why I'm so obsessed with Florida, I have been going there on a holiday like ever since I was 3 years old, so it really holds such a special place in my heart. I just love it so much. We all just say we get such a nice feeling when we're there. So we obviously used to go to the theme parks when we were younger, and we used to go like year on year, and yeah, always went to the theme parks. But as we got older, we kind of stopped going as much. And I think a lot of people forget that Florida isn't just theme parks. Like for us, we love to go shopping, and like I just enjoy my morning walks when I'm there, and like going for dinner and stuff. So you don't have to like go to theme parks to enjoy Florida. That being said though, we do still like to go to the theme parks. So I really want to go back to Universal at some point, because I know they're doing a lot of new rides and things. So anytime there's anything new and we've not been for a wee while, we always make a point of going. So like the first time that Chris came to Florida with us, me and him made a point of going to Universal. It was actually Christmas time as well, and Grinchmas was on, and it was honestly so incredible. Like they really do make everything really amazing. They had Whoville, we seen the Grinch, we went and seen like the Grinch, it was like a show. And yeah, it was just so cool. So yeah, definitely love the theme parks, but we just kind of pick and choose which ones we want to go to and when we want to go to them on like different visits. Someone's asked how long have me and my partner been together. So me and Chris have been together, we just celebrated our 6-year anniversary back in December there. So 6 years together, 3 years engaged, and it feels like yesterday that we met, but then also like so much has happened in that space of time as well. But yeah, we've been together just over 6 years now. And that leads nicely into the next question, which is, do we have any wedding plans? Are we going to get married? There was a few about like weddings and stuff. So like I said, we've been engaged for 3 years now, but we don't actually have any wedding plans. I think we both just kind of feel the same way, that like we would rather spend money on other things right now. The other thing is we don't really want a big wedding as such. We both are just really not that bothered, I don't think. Like I absolutely love weddings and marriage and stuff, but for us right now I just don't think it's like top priority. Definitely do see us getting married one day, but I think it will probably just be something quite intimate. It's just not something that I'm like heavily focused on right now, so no wedding plans for us at the moment. Someone's asked if I have any plans for my 30th birthday this year, and it's funny you should ask because I was actually just thinking about this the other day and the fact that I don't have any plans as such yet. I haven't really, like, I'm obviously aware I'm going to be 30 and it's like a big birthday, but I haven't really been kind of thinking a lot about like what I want to do. I was kind of thinking, would I like to go away? I would love to go to Florida for my 30th, but my birthday's in June and June time isn't really like a time that we like to go to Florida. It's obviously school holidays. It tends to rain a bit more in the summer months, so I don't know, unless we went like the end of May, and then I don't know. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll go away and do something, but I also quite like being home for my birthday. I'm a bit weird like that. Like, I don't know if I want to do something around my birthday, but actually be home for my birthday. Not any like crazy plans. Like, I won't be having like a big party or anything because a big party isn't really my cup of tea. And I won't be having like a big night out or anything like that either. I feel like I'm a bit old to be doing big nights out. But we probably will plan something and it'll probably just be like family. And yeah, I'm actually quite excited for my birthday though. Like, I'm quite excited about turning 30. I keep telling myself that lots of people say that like your life gets really good in your 30s and like you're more sure of yourself and like more confident in yourself and stuff, and your 20s is all about like, you know, figuring it out and making the mistakes and stuff, and then your 30s are kind of like where everything starts clicking and like falling into place. So yeah, we're hoping that's what's going to happen when the clock strikes midnight and I turn 30. But as of yet, no set plans, but don't worry, I will be vlogging my 30th, I'm sure, so you'll see exactly what I got up to when the time comes. Someone's asked, are you in your forever home now? So when we bought this house, and I think actually when I did a YouTube video, I said at the time, like, I don't really like the term forever home because I feel like you just never know like what's going to happen in life, where you're going to go, all that kind of stuff. But see, now we've moved in here and we are here, I could really see this being like our forever home. I can't explain how much I love this house, how much happier we are here. This house is in the area that we want, and the house itself is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I pinch myself that we live here, to be honest. There's more than enough space for like me and Chris and a family, and yeah, all of the plans that we have for this house, like to really make it our own, are just really exciting. So I don't really see why we wouldn't have any need to move. Basically, I could definitely see us being here forever. That being said, like I said at the beginning, you never really know like what can happen and stuff, but there would need to be like a really substantial reason for us probably wanting to move, because moving's stressful as well. Like, moving house is a lot, it's not that easy. And I mean, when we moved there, it was just the two of us. I mean, could you imagine moving, you've got like a full family, all this stuff. I mean, I alone have loads of things, so yeah, I don't see us, we definitely won't be moving anytime soon. There's quite a few home questions on here actually. Someone's asked what I love most about our new house. To be honest, I just feel like the energy here is really good. I feel like a new person now that we've moved, and I know that sounds really crazy. I don't know if it's a mindset shift or it's just like being happier in my environment. I'm not even too sure what it is, but yeah, I just feel like the vibes here are really, really nice. I think it's got a lot to do with like the area and our surroundings and being closer to family and stuff. Just being able to go out the front door and go on like a lovely walk, go for a coffee. I'm not that far from my mum and dad. Like, it's just a really nice place to be. And then what I would also say I'm loving is the progress that we've made in this house so far. Like, just all the little changes that we've made and all the exciting plans that we do have. Like, I just know this house is going to be like my dream house, and yeah, that makes me really excited. Someone's asked, what plans have you got for your new house? I know you've mentioned about putting in a new kitchen. So obviously in last week's vlog, you'll have seen that we went and had a little look at kitchens. We actually did have somebody out this week as well to kind of talk about doing the garage conversion. We're kind of at a stage just now where we're just doing a lot of planning and like a lot of figuring things out, figuring out who, like what company we want to go with, like what builder we're going to get. I really want to take our time with this. Like, I want to make sure that this kitchen and the utility space and everything we put in is like absolutely perfect and there's like nothing missed. Like, I don't want to regret any decisions. So yeah, we're really taking our time and doing like a lot of research. I don't really know when we're going to get the conversion, the kitchen done. It's looking like it might be like into the summer, potentially towards the end of the year. But yeah, I'll have a better idea of all of that soon, I'm sure. And I'm going to finish on this last question, do I have any 2025 goals? So I have actually set myself a couple of goals this year. This year, because obviously I'm going to be 30, I've just got like a bit of a different mindset towards everything, and yeah, a few things that I'd like to tick off. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself either though, because I feel like this kind of time of year can be quite overwhelming, and yeah, we can put too much pressure on ourselves, like set ourselves too many like unrealistic goals, and yeah, that's never good. So with that in mind, I've not set myself anything too crazy. I like to break my goals up into sections, so I'll set myself personal goals, I'll set myself work goals, financial goals, and then like health, like wellness goals. And the health wellness side of things is like a major one for me this year. I did mention this in my other vlog, like my first vlog of the year, where I was going through my January challenge, and I was basically just saying that like I feel like health is just like, health is wealth, like that saying is so true. And I feel like if I don't prioritise my health now, I'm probably never going to do it. And I just also think with turning 30, I feel like not that like I worry about my health, but I just feel like I'm not a spring chicken anymore. Like you don't get away with like mistreating yourself the way you did when you were younger. So yeah, one of my main goals really is to really look after myself this year, and I'm so chuffed that I set myself that January challenge, because it's just like putting little things and little daily habits into play, and I feel like I'm naturally just sticking to them now. Like I'm definitely drinking all of my water every single day. I've been so good at getting my daily steps ticked off. I think obviously, like I said earlier, the area we're in like is making that a lot easier because I'm enjoying going walks. I have been sticking religiously to doing 3 workouts minimum a week. I cannot believe that I'm enjoying the gym again. Like I'm so glad that I just bit the bullet and decided to sign up to this new gym, because I really look forward to going, and I've not once like woke up and like snoozed my alarm and not went. Like it's 3 times a week that I have to set my alarm a little bit earlier, and obviously it's the winter time now and it's been cold and sometimes it's been quite miserable, but I'm just getting myself up and I'm going, and I feel so good for doing it. So yeah, it's not really about like how I look physically, it's more just about like feeling better, and I feel so much better already just with like the way I'm walking, and like yeah, I don't feel as out of breath getting up and down the stairs and things. My main goal with that is, like I said, just to make sure I'm kind of sticking to daily habits, just to make my overall life a lot better. So the rest of the goals that I've set are obviously like work, finance and personal, so they are all quite personal, so I'm probably not going to share any of them with you. Maybe I'll share them eventually if I manage to tick them off and achieve them, but right now I'm just going to keep them to myself. But thank you guys very much for sending in some questions. It was nice to sit down with you and answer some, because it's been a little while since I did an updated Q&A on here. I am actually going to let this vlog run into tomorrow so I can show you some more house updates. I am now going to go and join Chris in the living room. We've actually got a couple of Love Islands to catch up on. We didn't watch last night or the night before. I'm laughing because I actually wasn't going to watch it this year, and then I think what happened was I put it on catch up when I was eating my dinner one night and I just wanted something to watch, and I actually quite enjoyed it. And it was funny because Chris came in for work and he was like, get that off, like I'm not watching that. And then 5 minutes later he'd sat down and he was watching it, and then he was hooked. So yeah, we're going to go and catch up on that. We've got our chocolate to enjoy, and then I'm going to put my sock curls and everything in, so I might actually give you a wee tutorial of that before I go to bed. That is as exciting as our Friday night is getting. I'm now just getting myself ready for bed. Love Island right now is so good. Like we obviously had quite a few episodes to catch up on there, and then we watched tonight's episode, so Friday night's episode. It's just all the drama, which that's why we all enjoy watching it, isn't it? There you can see the redness coming on my cheeks. Last step is this night serum. Gonna pop on some of this Fenty blemish defeater. This is really good at drying out spots, and obviously I have this big angry one here right on my chin. Final thing to do before I hop into bed is to pop in my sock curls, so I thought I would give you a quick wee tutorial on how you do the sock curls, because they're honestly so easy and they're also so comfy. Like I feel like I get a really nice good night's sleep when I have the sock curls in. I feel like because of like where they're positioned, they like almost like act like a wee pillow. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm actually going to put a little bit of this Kerastase elixir in tonight as well, just because I will probably be washing my hair on Sunday, so I don't mind running some oil through the end. This stuff, if you don't know, get to know it. Honestly, it's so good, and it also smells really lovely as well. Okay, sock curl tutorial. Firstly, but not a necessity, you want to have some cute little socks. I like when my socks have got the little bears on them, and then when I turn them inside out, the little bears are on either side. But yeah, you can choose whatever socks you want. You want to, once you've run some oil through your hair, again, the oil is like up to you if you want to put in some. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. But I'm just putting in some because, like I said, I'm going to be washing my hair in a few days time anyway. But you just want to make sure there's no tugs in your hair and that you've kind of separated your hair down the back. Then you're going to grab your sock, and this seems kind of strange to do this, but this is what everyone did in the tutorials I watched. You're basically going to put this part of the sock into your mouth and then pull the sock across and then wrap your hair around it. So this is how you do it. Once you've wrapped your hair around and it's nice and tight, you then take this part, fold it across, hold it tight in place, and then take the bottom part that's got the opening and just wrap your curl up, or should I say your hair up. And then you're left with your little sock like this. Good morning from me and my big red spot on my chin. The good news is that that Fenty blemish remover did actually dry it out, but it's now just kind of like red. I've just had a shower and I'm just going to pop on a little bit of skincare and then take my sock curls out with you. My dad's actually already here. If you can hear any drilling in the background, he's started on the main bathroom. He's got the radiator off already and we're just kind of figuring out, obviously I mean him, he's just figuring out how we're putting on the new one. Okay, time for the big sock curl reveal. As you can see, they stay quite intact even like when you're sleeping, so you just pull them out the next morning like that. I just go through and separate them all so that they're not one big curl. And there we go. That is the results from the sock curl. Like I said in other vlogs, this is the most comfortable heatless curl method that I have tried. So if you find like any of the other ones just uncomfortable and you can't sleep with them, try and give this a try because it definitely is a lot more comfortable. Old radiator, new radiator. You will have to excuse the noise in the background. I've got the dishwasher on and my dad's also up the stairs drilling, so just in case you can hear anything. So our current kitchen is obviously just a very typical new build style kitchen. It wraps all the way around in a kind of like U shape. We've got a window over to the left here. But the reason I'm showing you this side is because this is where we're going to knock through. So on the other side of this wall is our utility and garage. The utility is actually in the garage. It's not like a separate room, so you can imagine that it's quite cold to go in there and do your washing, especially at this time of year. So the plan is to knock through this wall and take quite a bit of space to make the kitchen bigger, and then you'll walk through into like a utility slash pantry area, which is my absolute dream. So I'm very excited to go and get some plans done. The idea is that these will be all kind of kitchen units, but they'll obviously be pushed back in so the kitchen will be bigger, and it'll be like kind of tall units, and one of the tall units will actually be like a hidden door that you'll open and walk through into the utility space. So there's going to be units that run all the way along this wall, and then the full back wall is going to be units as well. This side over here won't have any units anymore. I just want to create as much space as possible because I'd love to have an island that runs in the middle of the kitchen. This is the current kitchen and that's a kind of rough idea of what I'm looking to do. I'm just about to start a very impromptu DIY in the kitchen. I bought these months and months and months ago actually for our old house to do a little bit of a backsplash around about where the cooker was, because Chris kept splashing oil on the walls and it was doing my absolute head in. But then we obviously decided to move house, so the plan was to use these in the new kitchen, because if you have watched my first vlog, the first moving vlog, you'll know that the backsplash in this house was originally like a really dark navy blue, so I thought I would just stick these tiles on. We then made the decision to paint the backsplash bit white, but to be honest the walls are a bit bumpy. We've not finished it the best, but to be honest it was because it needed like probably more prep work, and long term we do plan to change this kitchen, so I think we were all just kind of losing the will to live when we were kind of painting that bit at the back. But it's been bugging me because I just feel like it looks a bit messy. I was in the garage there and I've just noticed that I've still got these, so I've decided that I'm just going to stick these on. So yeah, I'll show you the end result and how we get on. So this is the bit that we're going to put the stick tiles on. They weren't expensive at all. I don't even think I've got enough of them, so I'm probably going to need to order more. This will just make it look a bit better for the time being. What was supposed to be a spend the day with me has actually turned into a bit of a spend the weekend with me. It's now Sunday and I was editing part of this vlog this morning and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to keep filming today and then we'll round the video off today, so it'll be a wee bit more of a spend the weekend like I said. It is Sunday today and we're actually heading out this afternoon. We aren't doing anything to do with the house today. It feels like it's been a minute since we've actually just headed out and had a little day out, the two of us, so we're going out to do our favourite thing. We're going for a little coffee date. I think we're going to go to the Devil of Brooklyn cafe, or I think it's called, actually when I was looking it up, I think it's called Devil of Roast during the day and then it turns into like Devil of Brooklyn when it becomes a bar at night time. But it looks like the most gorgeous cafe. We did actually try to go, I think that was before Christmas at some point. Speaking of the devil, he's creeping in to show me his outfit. He has another outfit on but he couldn't, it was like a kind of knit jumper and he couldn't fit his jacket on and he wants to wear his other jacket. I said I was picking up the camera to vlog so he had a few minutes to change and he's obviously just changed. But yeah, like I was saying, we actually did try and go to the Devil of Brooklyn. I think that was quite a few months ago. I'd met Chris one of the days I was getting my nails done. The day we went it was really busy and then we got seated like through the back, which is really nice and cozy if you're going for like a date and it's like a bar, but we were just in for a coffee and I felt like it was too dark and I was sat in this like weird little stool. So I'm hoping when we go today, I mean it is a Sunday so it might be busy, but I'm hoping that we'll get a bit of a better seat like through the front and yeah, get a wee pastry, get a coffee and then maybe just go on a wee wander around the town. That is our plan for Sunday and like I said, I thought I would just continue vlogging today, take yous with us and yeah, then we'll round the vlog off tonight. Can't go anywhere without my water bottle. Also need to take my phone. How cute is my new phone case as well? I'll link this in the description. I actually picked up a few new phone cases. Obviously had to have one that's got bows on it. This one's also got little flowers. And this is today's bag. I've actually not used this Coach bag in a while. I feel like all I was using at one point was the two Coach bags that I have. And I kind of scunnered myself a bit and decided to try and use some of my other bags. But I feel like this one matches my outfit today. So we're going to take her out. And whilst I'm feeling extra chatty, I'll just give you a little outfit of the day as well. This coat is actually one that I'm going to be able to link on my TikTok shop soon, so if you're wondering where to get this from, you want the link, make sure you head over to my TikTok. I've just got this kind of like faux fur jacket on, a pair of jeans which are actually getting a little bit too baggy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a baggy jean, but these ones are kind of just verging on being a little bit too big. Let's go out for our little coffee date. This is now back in the car after a little coffee date. We managed to get a table, actually a really nice table, in the Devil of Brooklyn, and I was just looking on my phone there because I was calling it the Devil's of Roast during the day, but it's actually called the Devil's Roast during the day. It was really nice and we had to put our name down for a table. Like I said, like 30 minutes, and then I think we went back after like 15-20. Had a wee wander around H&M Home, you'll have seen that already. There was quite a lot of nice wee things in. I can't wait till we're at that stage with the house where we can start buying all the trinket stuff. Then now I just feel like I'd be buying them, I don't know where they're going. We obviously went away to look.
Do not start buying stuff.
You went obviously to have a look at the clothes. You quite liked some of the stuff. There was like a lot of like browns and creams and yeah, I think definitely want more brown tones in this new house. So lots of nice things in H&M Home. I will link some bits in the description of some of the things that I did like. And then obviously we went for our coffee and we both shared an almond croissant and it was 10-10. Really delicious. I have now decided that I want to try and learn how to bake croissants at home. Chris was really encouraging when I said that. You're like, yeah, whatever you want to do, babe, that'll be great. Really support you in that. And then you'll have to like taste test them and tell me they're gorgeous when they're probably stinking. Oh, that's at Chateau X. We've not been there in years.
No,
No, we're now just driving on our way home, but we've kind of come the long way because we like to have a wee look through like the West End and stuff to see if there's anywhere new that's opened that we can put on our list to then probably never go. We've decided this year that we're going to go out at least once a month for a nice dinner together. Let's see how well we stick to that. I feel like I make that resolution for us every year and we don't really stick to it. We stick to it the first couple of months because like Valentine's is like one of the first months. Yeah. And we always do a nice Valentine's dinner. I think I did actually say, I said it somewhere, that we were going to go to the new restaurant called Margot for Valentine's, and we tried to book it, which that's like 4 or 5 weeks away. It was like, well, it was longer than that when you booked it. It's fully booked. So we've actually decided to go to Capel instead because we both love Capel. So we're going there and then we'll maybe go to Margot the following month, and that'll be us sticking to our New Year's resolution. I just wanted to give you a wee update. If you are like me and you've wanted to try that coffee place, then definitely go because it was really nice vibes. We got a lovely table and yeah, the croissant was delicious as well. I might be strategically sitting here with my hand on my chin because the spot that was at the start of this video I might have picked, but I am just quickly jumping on to round off this vlog. Obviously it was supposed to be a spend the day with me and it then turned into spend the weekend with me. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and as always, thank you so much for watching my videos. I so appreciate it and I'm just really loving doing my YouTube videos, so I hope you guys are enjoying watching them. I've ticked everything off my little Sunday night to-do list. I like to make sure that I have certain things done before we go into a new week, just so that I can have the best week possible. So my gym clothes and everything are set out for tomorrow and my water bottle's filled, and yeah, I'm excited to have another really lovely week in January. I'll of course be vlogging next week, so I will see you in that video really soon.